my name is K. Prasad Babu, Assistant Professor, EI Department. So, our first unit is Introduction to Embedded Systems. So, in embedded system, the first unit topics are definition of embedded system versus general, computing system, history of embedded system, classifications, major application areas, purpose of embedded system, characteristics and quality attributes of embedded system. So definition of embedded system. So definition of embedded system, that means the combination of hardware and software to perform specific operation or specific task or particular application. So generally I can say that system. The system definition is the way of processing or organizing the particular task or fixed program. Okay, general purpose system means it also have the combined of the hardware and software, but it perform the many tasks. The user can install the application or uninstall the application. That means it is alterable. Coming to the embedded system, so the combination of hardware and software, the combination of hardware and software to perform specific operation or particular application. So whenever you see the block diagram here, the embedded system block diagram is there. So input variable, output variable. So in that middle box is the processor, timers or counters, serial ports, parallel ports, programmable memory, interrupt controller. Okay. So whenever you are taking the here, so in embedded system, observe this diagram. So output drivers is there, input device is there. Okay. So whenever embedded system, in embedded system, actually mainly we are using the microcontrollers. Okay. So whenever you are taking the microcontrollers, here first we have to know about the microprocessor and microcontroller. So whenever you are taking the microprocessor, it doesn't require the any memory devices like RAM, ROM, peripheral devices. Okay. So whenever you are taking the in microcontroller, it is input of the RAM, ROM, peripheral device, timers, counters, that and all single IC or single silicon chip, and also included CPU. So whenever microprocessor also contain the CPU, but it does not add the RAM, ROM, peripheral devices, timers or counters. So why we have to choose the in embedded system microcontrollers means but choosing the microprocessor means microprocessor, it requires the additional memory devices, peripheral devices. So whenever designing the application, the cost will be increased, and also PCB size also will be increased. Coming to the microcontrollers, choosing the microcontrollers means depend on application we can select the particular microcontroller, any microcontroller. That means it have the certain amount of the RAM, ROM, peripheral devices, IO devices, timers, counters. Here in embedded system, suppose we are taking the small application. Suppose we need to measure the temperature. For that purpose, we are choosing the microcontroller in embedded system. For example, we have to take the 8051. The 8051 contains the 4 IO ports: port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3. So like that, it have the serial ports, timers or counters, and also it have the special function registers. Actually, it is the 40-pin IC, 8-bit microcontroller. Coming to the 8051 microcontroller, in choosing that particular application, we are choosing the 8051. Not 8051, many microcontrollers are there. AVR is there, advanced virtual RISC. Whenever you are taking PIC microcontroller, peripheral interface controller. So like that, we have the many microcontrollers. But here we are taking the, for example, we are taking the 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So whenever I take a small application, I need to implement the temperature to measure the temperature. Okay. To measure the temperature and display the temperature. Suppose we are taking the 8051. The 8051, it have the 4 IO ports. Okay. Suppose I was taking port 0. In port 0, we are taking one port itself. We are connected. Input is the RTD sensor. Port 0 means it contains again 8 ports. port 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Like that, 4 IO ports, it will come under 32 ports. That means 4 into 8, 32 IO ports. Whenever you are connected, the input port is the RTD temperature sensor. Then output is given the another port, that is LED display. It display the temperature value. Whatever measuring the input parameter, physical parameter, the temperature value should be displayed. That means proportionally it displayed. For that purpose, we are writing this some program in microcontroller. So suppose you are taking 8051 controller. So in that we are taking the Keel software. In Keel software, we have to install the system Keel software. In that we written the program. After the execution of the program, we have to dump into that particular 8051 IC. So after that, we have to take that IC, we have to insert into that particular application kit or application. In that we have to insert the IC 8051. So after that, we are running the program. It measures the temperature and display the temperature. Suppose you are taking the RTD, resistance thermometers. Resistance thermometers means the name is resistance temperature detector also. We can say that resistance temperature detector. Whenever resistance changes, temperature will also change. That means resistance increases, temperature will increase. Resistance decreases, temperature will decrease. So that time, to measure the temperature and output it display the temperature value. So just I was given for temperature measuring one example of the RTD. Suppose we are taking the stepper motor. For stepper motor, it will rotate the clockwise, anti-clockwise rotation. So in robotic we are using the stepper motor. For that we written some program. So if you are taking the 4 commands, one means to move the front, 2 means backward, 3 means clockwise, 4 means anti-clockwise. So like that I was given the instruction. So like that it will move the robot. That means why we have to choose the stepper motor means the stepper motor will rotate the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. So this is the example. So whenever you are taking the input, that means input is measuring the that physical parameter. That means temperature. If you are taking the RTD, temperature value. So here just it convert into the output is the temperature value. So here in block diagram, I was given example, just example RTD stepper motor. Here the block diagram contain the input variable, output variable. In between middle block is the timer, counters, processor, program memory, then interrupt controller, then data memory, so serial ports. So whenever you are taking the block diagram contain if you are taking the timer or counter, so to perform the timer or counter operation, suppose if you are taking the 8051, so it contain the 8051 contain the two 16-bit timers. So using the timers, we can implement the count in real time. We need to implement the count application. Suppose you are taking this. We need to in manufacturing in industry. We need to count the thumbs up bottle. So number wise. So for that purpose, I am using timer 1, timer 0 register in 8051. So that 2 are 16-bit register. It has the special function register. So whenever implementing that application, we need to write the values into T mode TCON register. How we can write? That means if you are taking the T mode is the 8-bit register. Gates E by T bar M1 M0. So by selecting of the M1 M0, we select the mode of operation. Mode 0 means 13-bit operation. Mode 1 means mode 1 means 16-bit operation. Mode 2 8-bit operation. Mode 3 2 8-bit split timer mode operation. So by like that we can select the timer or counter operation whenever we are taking the serial ports. So by here serial port means in port 3 it contains. Okay, port 3.4, port 3.5 is the serial communication purpose. In that we are using the S mode SCON register. With the help of that registers, we can communicate with the other device, or if you are interfacing with the system. So in that I can select the baud rate is the 9600. So whatever I given the web based commands, so that application will be run. Suppose I need to switch on the motor. I press 1, then motor will be on. Suppose I need to give buzzer. 2 press means it will give the buzzer. So like that. Like that we can implement the application. And also here program and data memory is there. That means here separate memory are there. Separate memory means, so it is a Harvard architecture. It based on the Harvard architecture. It contains program memory and data memory. It both separate. It will store the program memory in program memory location. The program is stored in program memory location. Whenever data is stored in data memory location. So next topic. So that is the block diagram of the embedded system. Whenever you are taking the applications. So here applications means industrial machines, consumer electronics, agriculture, agriculture and process, industry devices, automobiles, medical equipments. So cameras, household appliances, airplanes, vending machines. These are all applications of the embedded system. So here comparison of the general purpose computer embedded system. So whenever you are taking the general purpose computing, general purpose computer, the combination of hardware and software, it perform the many tasks. Or we can install the in application or uninstall the application. That means it is the alterable. Whenever you are taking the embedded system means the combination of hardware and software to perform specific operation or particular application. Once we design the embedded system product, we cannot change that program or application. Next, operating system. It contains the general purpose operating system. Whenever you are taking the embedded system, it may or may not contain the operating system. Whenever you are taking the here, applications are alterable. In embedded system, applications are not alterable. So whenever you are taking the in general purpose computer, performance is key factor. Application is in embedded system, application specific requirements are key factors. Here power consumption is more. In embedded system, power consumption is less. Whenever you are taking in general purpose computer, not critical. Here in embedded system, critical for some applications. So here these are the comparisons of the general purpose computer embedded system. So in embedded system, why we not require the operating system or require the operating system? So for small application, without operating system, we can design the small application. Suppose you are taking the for example calculator. Just you are giving the instruction. That means we need to multiply some values. Suppose I need to multiply 16 into some 2. 16 into 2 means output it will display the 32. So like that for small applications doesn't require the operating system. Whenever you are taking the mobile phones require the operating system. That means in mobile phones nowadays we have the Android OS. So that means we can install the apps and we can run the apps and install the apps. Okay, like that. Suppose if you are taking the in banking sector, suppose you are taking the deposit machine. Whenever you are inserting, whenever we need to deposit the amount into that machine, that amount will be credited into our accounts or that particular person accounts. Okay, so that means it requires the operating system also. Whenever depositing machine, the amount will be taken. It will identify the initially we have to give the account number, name and all. Then we have to put into amount in deposit machine. It will deposit into that particular account. That is web-based embedded system. So here types of embedded system. So types of embedded systems, again 2 types are there. So here based on performance and functional requirements. Next one is the based on the performance of the microcontrollers. Whenever I take based on performance and functional requirements, so here real-time, standalone, network and mobile. Based on performance and functional requirements, again it have the 4 types. Real-time, standalone, network, mobile. These are the 4 types. So real-time embedded system means here for small application we are using the real-time embedded system. That means we are designing some application. So already I said that is example of the calculators, MP3 players. These and all real-time embedded systems. MP3 players means we have to load into songs into MP3 player whenever we want. That time we can play and listen to that songs. Okay, so are hearing the songs. Whenever you are taking this standalone, here standalone embedded system means here standalone embedded system. Here that means that some application is implemented. Standalone means some application, that means if you are taking traffic light controller to measure the temperature, this and all standalone embedded system. So next one is the networked embedded system. So whenever you are taking the networked means, so in real time generally we can see the router, hub, this and all networked embedded system. Whenever you are taking the many devices are connected to or LAN based. If you are taking the LAN based or web based, in web based I was given the command for example you can take the home security. You can stay anywhere. In web based you can control the home appliances. That means I can give the I will give the to switch on the AC or switch off the AC, or to maintain the temperature value. I will give the temperature is the 30 degrees or 10 degrees. Like that we can control the that appliances, or we can give the command to on the fan or rotate the fan. Next one is the mobile embedded system. Whenever you are taking the mobile embedded system, so here the embedded system application, another one is the mobile based. So mobile means nowadays all of you know cell phones, then you can take the tabs, laptops, this and all. If you are taking cell phone means it contains the Android OS. So it will perform the many tasks of operations. So we can listen the songs, and also we can attempt the call. Whenever we attend the call, that time also we can send the message. So that is the mobile based. Then whenever you are taking the here, another type is the based on the performance of the microcontroller. Here again three types: small scale, medium scale, sophisticated. Whenever you are taking this small scale embedded system, here we are choosing the 8-bit or 16-bit microcontrollers. Here for small applications we are taking the small scale embedded system. For 8-bit or 16-bit microcontrollers means, so in that for example microcontrollers 8051 8-bit microcontroller, 8051 Atmega 16, then Motorola 68HC11, okay, PIC 16X, PIC microcontroller, okay, peripheral interface controller. So this and all will come under small scale embedded system. So that means we can take the application means traffic light, a temperature sensor, that means to measure the temperature. So then robotic applications, so for small scale, okay, robotic applications. So next one is the medium scale embedded system. So in medium scale embedded system, here we are using the 16-bit or 32-bit microcontrollers. So that means here PIC24F, peripheral interface controller, okay. So then Atmega 32, then Atmega 32, then here ARM7 processor, this and all we are using. In medium scale embedded system, so here we can use the RTOS, real time operating system, or we cannot use the RTOS. So example is the suppose we can take the washing machine, air conditioner, okay, AC, washing machine, AC, this and all example. Next one is the sophisticated embedded system. So in that it contains the RTOS. That means here we can choose the 32-bit or 64-bit microcontrollers. So here it contains the RTOS. So real time operating system. So why we have to choose the RTOS? So you know the general purpose operating system, that means it performs many task operation. That means we can install the application or we can change the application, uninstall the application. But in general purpose operating system doesn't contain the real time system. That means soft real time systems and hard real time systems. Whenever you are taking the in sophisticated embedded system, it contains the hard real time system, soft real time system. Whenever you are taking the soft real time system, times are not critical. Okay, not critical time. Whenever hard real time system, it contains the time critical. Here we are taking the soft real time system, so that means it has some delay of the time. So whenever if you are taking in cell phone, soft real time system, whenever I play the some song, it will take the few seconds. That will not problem. Okay, or if you are given the some command, switch on the air cooler, air conditioner, it will be few seconds. That and all not problem. Whenever you are taking the hard real time systems means, so that is depend on time critical. Whatever you are given the command, it should be executed within that time only. Okay, uh, within the that time. Suppose if you are taking the in industry to measure the temperature, every second it should be measure the temperature. So if it is taken the time delay, so that hard real time system will not accept. That means it is the time critical. Each second it should be measured. So suppose you are taking the temperature measurement to measure the temperature to maintain the constant temperature at 50 degrees C. It should be maintained the temperature value. Suppose you are taking the cement industries, chemical industries, this and all require always continuously analyze the temperature value and display the temperature. Not only temperature, flow level also. It should be maintained the flow LPH liters per hour. That means it should be maintained the, suppose I was taken 120 liters per hour. It should be maintained. Okay, it doesn't delay. If you are taken, suppose you are taken in real time rocket launch. So whenever launching the rocket, they was fixed it sometime. That means suppose I need to take in 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock it should be launched the rocket. That should be that should be affected. That means it is suitable for hard real time systems. So next one is the major application areas of embedded system. So consumer electronics, camcorders, cameras, etc. So you know the nowadays cameras, that means we can take the video and that can store the data. So that means in that it have it store the data. It is the one application. Okay, camcorder means we are taking the suppose cell phone, we can take the camera and we can store that data. Next, household appliances. Here we are taking the television, the DVD player, washing machine, fridge, microwave. Whenever you are taking the washing machine, it have the many tasks. Suppose we need to wash the clothes, we have to insert in wash clothes into washing machine. So that what it do? It wash the clothes and dry it. That means it have the some fixed time, 5 minutes, like that, or 10 minutes. If you are, it should be take the hot water and it should be add the surf like that. So that means it have the some certain of task. If you are taking television nowadays, we have the smart TVs. So that means smart TVs means LED TV is there. Now it came OLED TV. So whenever you are taking that smart TV, it can store the data. Suppose I am watching the program. Now I don't want to watch that program later. I want to watch that program. That means I can store that program with the help of the smart TVs. Okay. So that means we can connect the net to that smart TVs. That means it have the Wi-Fi also. Next, home automation and security system. Home automation and security system. Here air conditioner and also intruder detection alarm. Here air conditioner means in home appliance. So we can set the temperature, that is 30 degrees or 10 degrees like that, depend on user requirement. So next, automotive industry, anti-lock braking system, engine control. So like that automation. So nowadays the car automation. That means it have the camera. That means we can observe the back side whenever by moving the backward position or moving the frontward position. So that means automatic system. And so it will put the automatic gear system also. So that cars also came. That user need not to put the gears also. So whenever traffic came, that time it identify the traffic and slow the and stop. That means with the help of sensor we can identify the traffic. So next, telecommunication. So in telecommunication, cellular telephone switches, routers. So whenever you are taking the routers, so here routers means, suppose we are taking the five systems or some another two laptops, tabs. For this one, we need to distribute the internet with the help of the routers. So computer peripherals. So printers, scanners, fax machines, etc. So whenever you are taking the in system, I was given the command to print the paper. It will print the paper. Nowadays advanced came. If you are taking the Canon, Ricoh, this and all Xerox machines. So in system, I will give the to print the both sides. It will print the both sides. Suppose I need to give the book type. It will print the book type, or we can give the back to back printing. So next one is the scanner. Whenever in system I can scan the, if you are taking the scanner is there, I need to scan this particular document, input that paper I put into scanner, in system it itself I will scan that document. So next one is the computer networking system, network routers, switches, hubs, firewalls, etc. Network routers, here switches, hubs are there. So that means hubs means, if you are taking the nowadays computer networking system, hotspot devices are there. Once we put a hotspot device, it will give the many devices net connection. So it is also one of the embedded system application. Next, healthcare, CT scanner, ECG, EEG, EMG, glucose monitor, blood pressure monitor, this and all. So in the olden days, they have to go and they have to go and check up the BP. So nowadays the kit also is came, each time, every day is not possible to go to check up. So that means that person have the diabetics, he will have the blood pressure monitor. That means cost is less. Anybody can buy that blood pressure monitor. He whenever he want, he will check it his own. Blood pressure the range is 80 by 120 is the normal. Like that he can identify whether the blood pressure is high, low, like that. So next one is the CT scanner. CT scanner means everyone knows about the CT scanner. If the patient have the health problem, so that time he will check the body. That CT scanner, in that they will identify what problem what he have health problem, like that. So next one is the measurement and instrumentation. Here digital multimeters, digital CROs, logic analyzers, PLCs are there. So whenever you are taking the instrumentation, suppose you are taking the here PLCs. In PLCs, in real time PLCs also is there, programmable logic controllers. That means suppose for example you are taking one AND operation. So whenever you are given the two inputs are high, output is the high. Any input is low, output is the low. So whenever we can implement the OR operation to whenever any input is high, output is the high. That means we are taking a small application. So if you are taking AND operation, two inputs high, output should be high. It should be on the motor application. So nowadays digital CROs are there. So in olden days, what we are observing, analog CROs. So I need to find the amplitude time wave. So that means it will appear the sine wave. So in that we can find the amplitude, horizontal line. That means, so time period means horizontal line, that one full wave cycle into times per division. Suppose I need to find the amplitude, the peak to peak value into volts per division. Like that I can find the in volt CROs. That means analog CROs. But nowadays digital CROs, it can display the digital data, amplitude, how much that amplitude, and also time period. Suppose I was designing some half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier. I need to measure the output voltage at CRO. Using the digital CRO, not only display the data, it can store the data. That means, that's why digital storage means it can, digital CRO means it can maintain the historical data, and that means we can see the data. Okay, next, banking and retail. So whenever you are taking the banking and retail, here automatic teller machine and currency counter, smart vendor machine, cash register, share market, etc. So whenever you are taking the ATM, automatic teller machine. So whenever you are going to in ATM, we can withdraw the amount. So automatically in web based it will give the with the help of the card reader, EMV card chip. That means it find the data who's drawn that amount, that person amount itself, that account itself, it will be automatically detected. That means fast application. Next, cash current counters, then currency counters. Whenever you are taking the, we need to count the currency. Suppose that machine also is came. Whenever we are putting the money in that machine, it will count the and display the that value. If you are taking the in another example is the deposit machine. So we are inserting the some amount that may be contain 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 500, 2000 like that. Whatever you are putting the amount, it will be count and display the each and each particular hundreds how many, 200s how many, that means 100 into 10, 200 into 20, 2000 into 20. So like that it calculated that amount, the total amount will be deposited into that particular person account and display that amount. Okay, not only display the amount, that amount is credited into that particular account. How it will give, how it will find? Initially we need to give the account number and also register mobile number. Like that, then we are inserting the amount that will calculate the amount. That amount is inserted into or credited into that particular person account. Next, barcode. Next, card readers. So card readers contain the barcode, smart card readers, handheld devices, etc. So whenever you are taking the barcode, nowadays all of you know about the barcode. Suppose we are taking the Paytm, suppose PhonePe, it contains the barcode. So if anywhere we go, we need to pay. We are purchasing the some products. We need to pay amount. Directly we can give cash or not give cash. With the help of the barcode, using the cell phone, we can scan that barcode. That particular person account, the amount will be deposited. We are sending that amount to that particular person. So not only that application, if you are taking the exam point of view, so if you are nowadays, if you are taking the booklets, the booklet contains the barcode. That means barcode means it contains the information, that student information, roll number, name, subject name, which year, first year, second year, BTech, second year, third year, fourth year. So whenever he completed the exam, the evaluator will correct the exam paper. He will give the marks. That marks is whenever barcode scanner is there, that he will scan that barcode and enter that marks. Whenever he submitting the OK button, that time that information and all will stored in that particular student. Okay, so like that the speed of operation will be increased. In exam point of view, there is no barcode. What we have to do? They will write the exam. He need to write the roll number, name, subject, everything data have to write. So that means it will take the less time for student point of view. Whenever in correction, evaluation, if you are taking university, they need to evaluate that booklet. What he do? So he will evaluate that questions answers. So he evaluate the marks and will give the marks in particular hard paper. That means one paper, marks paper. Okay. So in that mark sheet, in that they need to enter they need to write the marks. So after that, the data should be entered into in software. They will post that particular roll number marks. So that means it will take the more time. So that's why with the help of the barcode, the time is less and also speed of operation will be increased. So next one is the purpose of embedded systems. So here each embedded system is designed to serve the purpose of any one or more combination of the following tasks. So first one is the data collection, storage, representation. So whenever you are taking the data collection, storage, so suppose we are taking the mobile. So whenever you are taking the, we can store the PDF documents or photos or videos. We can store the data. So or if you are taking the in industry, always we need to maintain the temperature value is the 50 degrees C. So that means the data is stored in particular server location. The data will be maintained. So that means the instrumentation person will come and observe each and every data, it maintaining or not. So like that. So next, data communication. So data communication means suppose we implemented the one application, or if you are taking the banking sector. So one person went to bank, he deposited the amount. So the deposited amount, the particular account will be sent to that particular account. That means with the help of the data communication in web based, they will enter the particulars and submit. Then the data will send to that particular account. Mm. Another example, if you are taking the data communication web based, suppose if you are taking the robotic application, if you are taking the wireless, so by taking the remote, so we can give the instruction. That means in remote we are giving the like buttons are push button type. We are pushing means it will move the front, it will move the backward direction, like that. Depend on given the uh, user instructions. Next, data processing, signal processing. So that means here data processing or signal processing. So that should be if you are taking the microcontroller based. So in that, suppose if you are taking the uh, temperature based, whenever it require the data, it will that means to measure the physical parameter, to measure the temperature, that should be given to the output. But the data processing is the output will not accept the suppose if you are taking the output will accept the digital data, but output we need to connect the LED. Suppose I was suppose that is LED means it display the data. Suppose I need to find the suppose some application. Mm, I need to generate this square wave generator. For that purpose, the microcontroller or embedded system will not give the output is the digital signal. It should be analog signal. For that purpose we are using the to convert the digital analog signal. So that time we are using the DAC, digital to analog converter. The data is given to the CRO, carrier wave oscilloscope. It display that analog signal. We can find the and also to find the amplitude and time period. So that means here data processing is done. Suppose data or signal processing uh, in real time. In real time, we can take the suppose one application. That means if you are taking the video recorder, that means it captures the video and store that data into in that device. That means like that it process the data. That means captured data is the to take the data that should be analog, that should be converted into digital signal. That time we are using the analog to digital conversion. The digital data is stored in memory. Okay, next one is the monitoring. So monitoring means already I said that to measure the temperature, always monitor the temperature. So in that application we are taking the temperature measurement or flow measurement. So suppose the flow should be 120 liters per hour, always should be measure and display the that monitoring. That means always it display the monitor that value. So user can monitor that value. So here we are using the level transducers, capacitive type, inductive types are is there. These transducer we are inserting the water level. It can find, it measure that level of the water and send to the output and send to the data with the help of the embedded system application or microcontroller kit, microcontroller application. If you are taking the, whenever you are taking the capacitive type level measurement, so that means capacitive transducer, everyone knows about the capacitive transducer. It contains the two plates. One is the fixed plate, another one is the variable plate. So whenever in water flowing, the plates is varying. That means the area of the area of the plates will be changed. So like that it will find the value. The formula is the C equal to epsilon A by D. Just I was given one example. Next, control. Suppose we need to measure the temperature. So the temperature value should be maintained 50 degrees or 30 degrees. I was taken 30 degrees. So whenever it reaches the above the 30 degrees, it should be maintained the, to maintain and constantly 30 degrees temperature. So for that purpose, in real time, in instrumentation side, we are taking the process control instrumentation lab. So the already process control instrumentation lab, they are done flow measurement, level measurement, ratio controllers, cascade controllers, this and all. So here that means with the help of the PID controllers, that means proportional integral derivative controllers. With the help of the PID controller software, they will maintain the set point. That means they will control that parameter. Next one is the application specific user interface. Whenever application specific user interface, one example you can take that, suppose you are taking the cell phone. So here we can install the application, or we can uninstall the application. So that means we can install the apps. So that means user friendly. So that means many applications we can run it. I will be continue on next class.